Today we're going to look at Unit 11, Section 2. So we're going to continue the idea of surface area and volume, but now we're going to apply it to cylinders, cones, and spheres, all round shapes. The cylinder is just like a soda can. It has a circular bottom and top, and then it just goes all the way up. You have two major elements. You have the diameter, or you want to think about it as the radius, and the height of the cylinder. Our formulas, we have the lateral area, the surface area, and the volume. Lateral area is 2 pi r h. 2 pi r, that's the circumference of the circle times the height. Surface area, 2 pi r h plus r. We're going to talk about where that's coming from. And the volume, pi r squared h. So let's walk through this. First off, we're given the diameter. The radius is half that, so the radius is 4. So lateral area, 2 pi, radius, height, 2 times 4 times 12, we get 96 pi. Now just like last time, if I gave this a measurement, let's say these were in meters, this is area, this would be meter squared. Surface area, 2 pi times the radius, the height plus the radius. 2 times 4 times 16, and we get 128 pi. And again, it's area metered squared. Volume, pi r squared h. So pi times the radius of 4 squared times the height 12. So 4 squared is 8 times 12. We get 192 pi. Again, this is volume, just like last time, so it's going to be meter cubed. Now, the lateral area is tied directly to the surface area. We can actually think of it in the same way we thought of our triangular prisms. Oops, that's not what I'm going to do. I want to clone this page. Alright, so I have this 128. I want to think about the lateral area and the surface area. The surface area formula comes from the lateral area plus the area of the base, both of them, plus 2 big B. Well, big B, this is a circle. The area of a circle is pi r squared. But there's 2 of them, 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared, I can combine and take out the like terms, and I would get this equation. This would work just as well as this equation because they give us the exact same result. Lateral area is 96 pi, 2 times the radius squared, 4 squared is 16, times 2 is 32, 96 plus 32 pi gives us 128. So the equation gives us the same result. That's where this comes from. Alright, cone. Cone, we've got the diameter, height, and the slant height of the cone. Our lateral area, pi r l, radius, slant height. Surface area, pi r l plus r. And volume, 1/3 pi r squared times the height of the cone. Alright, so let's look at an example. The diameter is 10, therefore the radius is 5. The height is 8, the slant height is 12. Lateral area, pi times the radius times the slant height, and we get 60 pi. And what whatever the measurement is, squared. So if this was, say, centimeters, centimeters squared. Surface area, pi, radius, L plus R, so the slant height plus the radius. 12 plus 5, we get 17. 17 times 5, we get 185 pi. Sorry, 85 pi. Area, so it's squared, centimeters squared. Volume, 1/3 pi, radius is 5, the height is 8. So I multiply all that together, I get 66.6 pi. Now this is volume, so centimeters cubed. Now with cones, again, look, we have a right triangle. So we have the potential to have to do Pythagorean theorem or trigonometry. Again, this is the diameter, so the radius is 6, Pythagorean theorem. 6 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. Hopefully by now, you know x is 10. 36 plus 64, square root of 100, 10. 6, 8, 10. You guys should hopefully recognize that one by now. We also could do trig. So I'm going to start solving for y, the slant height, opposite, hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So the sine of the angle is the opposite over the hypotenuse. X is on the bottom. We divide. So 8 divided by sine 65, and we get 8.8. Let's solve for the other measurement. Let's solve here for y, which is now referring to the radius. Opposite, hypotenuse I don't need, adjacent. OA, tangent. Tangent of the angle is the opposite over the adjacent. It's on the y is on the bottom. Divide. 8 divided by tangent of 65, and we get 3.7. Let's talk about the next shape. A sphere. A sphere has no lateral area because it has no top and bottom. It's just the whole shape. So surface area, we've got 4 pi r squared. Volume, 4/3 pi r cubed. The nice thing about sphere is all we got to deal with is a radius. Now in this case we're given the diameter. So the radius is half of that, so the radius is 5. So plug into our surface area. 4 pi times the radius squared. 4 times 5 squared is 25. So that's 100 pi. Again, if this had a measurement, let's say this was in inches. This would be area, inches squared. Volume, 4/3 pi r cubed, so 5 cubed. 4/3 5 cubed is 166.6. Repeating, pi. Now this is volume, therefore it's our measurement cubed, inches cubed. That's all the material for this lesson. I'll see you next class.